My name is Bianca Welsh. I am a restaurateur and co-owner of Stillwater Restaurant and 7 Rooms and Black Cow Bistro. We began noticing the signs of an individual in the restaurant being quite agitated, on edge, quite animated, but then sometimes very withdrawn, almost completely detached. They made communication very hard. They were very distracted. They could not retain the knowledge or retain the information that you were giving them, even if it was a simple task. It certainly created tension. It probably didn't quite get to the point of conflict, but you could certainly feel the tension about that person's performance and what might be going on with them, and I guess the whispers and the questions of maybe what was happening. It was a really tricky subject to broach, and it was not something I'd faced before. I was very unsure how to begin a conversation with someone that you think that they're abusing substances. It was just to sit down and have a really broad conversation about performance and identify some of the behaviours that we had noticed. This person was, I guess, at a point in their life where they were ready to make a change in their life, and they understood that it was having a significant impact on their life and it was going to take some work to get off this substance.
So often when people think about substance misuse, they think about people misusing hard drugs such as ice and other illegal drugs, but it can also apply to prescription medications such as codeine and other painkillers, and even the misuse of alcohol in a way that affects their ability to live their life. It's important for owner-operators to be aware that while the misuse of substances in the workplace can pose a significant safety risk, whilst an owner-operator certainly has a duty of care at all times for the staff member involved and the other team members and the customers, you can offer support in exactly the same way as you felt that the person was perhaps suffering from a different type of mental health condition. If an owner-operator is concerned about a staff member's use or misuse of substances, it's important to open a conversation with them. And ideally you have a situation where there is good communication that's already been established, the parties know each other, and you can ask a question openly about what's happening for them at the time, letting them know that you're here to support them, recommending that they seek advice from a GP, accessing help through a range of other services. For more information about supporting a staff member with a substance use disorder, they might look for that information from a source such as the Alcohol, Tobacco and Other Drug Council of Tasmania, which is a peak body in Tasmania that provides information about other services that are available locally to help people.
I aimed to be as least judgmental as possible and to ensure that they knew and understood that I was compassionate and that I wanted to help. I really wanted to make that very strong in my approach, that I was not judging. It was really important for that person's integrity that they didn't want everyone to know. So it was just very private with the owners and that individual, and how to work towards understanding what that person's needs were as they withdrew from that substance.
When an owner-operator is supporting a staff member going through a difficult time, it's really important that they look after themselves, that they take time to practice their own self-care, that they perhaps seek counselling or support to debrief with a professional counsellor so that helps them understand that they're doing the right thing and that they're supporting their team in the right way.
The actions we took were actually quite minimal. It was more to just be able to listen and understand and to have that supportive environment that they felt comfortable that they could come and do their job. We had a very strong relationship of trust, and that was, I guess, what that was built on, that I knew that they were doing their best and they knew that I'd have their back. The communication needed to be a two-way street, and that person needed to certainly divulge parts of what they were going through. If they needed to call, if they needed to talk, we were always there to help if needed. This situation has taught me to be broad in having those conversations, just to be compassionate, to be understanding, and to be as supportive as possible. There's a job to be done, but also that We want people to feel valued and respected, no matter what the situation is to not judge. You don't need to have a degree in psychology. You don't need to have all the tools in your toolbox. Is that you can just have an empathetic conversation with someone, and that can lead to a really great outcome because you've taken that time out of your day for them to be seen and for them to be able to talk one-on-one can be really profound for that person. We just want to help them on their journey.